What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P, back here once again for Syndicate Sports Detroit. We are back in the building. And you know, when you see me, you know the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. We came to give you stats and none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. Brad Holmes spoke today, and Brad Holmes has something to say. I got a story to tell. You know what it is. Brad Holmes was talking regrets. They asked him at camp because they said, we ask all the GMs, what is your one regret? Brad Holmes did not say that his one regret was the pass rush. He didn't say his one regret was gaslighting us into believing that we are upset that we don't have another elite edge rusher outside of Aiden Hutchinson, gaslighting us into believing that we are upset that Aiden Hutchinson is so good and we just can't go get another one because they don't grow on trees. That's not what Brad Holmes said that he regretted. Brad Holmes did not say that he regretted drafting Broderick Martin, Hendon Hooker, or Colby Sorsdahl. No, he didn't say that at all. What he did say is that he regrets not drafting Puka Nacua. He's like, that's the one. And I'm like, wish you could have it back. It keeps you up at night. But then he was like, you know, if you aren't aware and, you know, able to self-assess and able to reflect, then basically you're arrogant and you can't be humbled. In order to be humbled, you have to have these conversations and these reflections with yourself. I'm going to say that I'm not really too bothered by the Puka Nacua stuff. And the reason I'm not too bothered by the Puka Nacua stuff is this. Puka Nacua became Puka Nacua kind of out of, I want to say, necessity. And the reason I want to say necessity is because the Los Angeles Rams, for how good they were or whatever the case may be when they won the Super Bowl, okay, unfortunately with Matthew Stafford, right? Because he didn't win it in Detroit, so I don't really care about it, right? So I say unfortunately. They had Cooper Kupp and who? We know that what happened with Odell Beckham and, you know, he tore his ACL or whatever in the Super Bowl and things of this nature. And Odell Beckham, his body betrayed him, right? I did a show over on Motor City Cats just a little while ago about the strength and conditioning staff and people thinking that you should fire them and all these other things. Sometimes it's just the body, right? Sometimes the body just doesn't hold up. Sometimes the body has played too much football by the time it's gotten to the NFL. And you see that with a lot of guys, and it's nothing that the strength and conditioning and training staff can do about it, right? There's nothing that the strength, conditioning, training staff could have done about Aiden Hutchinson snapping his leg on another player's leg. That was just a freak accident. It happens in the NFL all the time, right? Okay. Unfortunately, we saw that, you know, the devastating injury to Mo Norris, and fortunately, it wasn't as bad as it seemed. It was basically him being knocked unconscious, so there's no spinal damage or neck damage or nerve damage or anything of that nature, right? But you saw that, and there was an ambulance that came out, and there was a stretcher that he got put on, and he got taken to the hospital, and he was at Grady Memorial overnight. Shout out Grady and all the Grady babies, right? Strength and conditioning staff couldn't have done nothing about that. The NFL is a brutal sport. Football is a brutal sport. Okay? But I digress. Back to Puka Nacua. So Puka Nacua, much like a Brock Bowers, much like a Malik Neighbors, was kind of getting force fed as a rookie. Yes, they had Cooper Kupp, and kind of once Cooper Kupp started breaking down and getting injured and things of this nature and kind of missing plays here and there, and it was just Puka Nacua, then Stafford locked on to Puka Nacua. I don't know that Puka Nacua would have been Puka Nacua if he was drafted by the Detroit Lions. Eventually, I think that he would have become Puka Nacua. I don't think he would have burst on the scene and been what he was then, because I don't think he would have had the opportunities. This is the same exact conversation that we're having right now with Isaac Tesla. We're having the same exact conversation. Will he supplant Timmy Patrick? Will he be in the starting lineup by midseason? Will he be in the starting lineup by week number 1? Will he be doing Lambeau leaps in Green Bay week 1? Who's he taking snaps for? Is he a direct backup to Jameson Williams? Because that's how he's been working into the first team in camp. You sprinkle him in here and there when J-Mo needs a breather. That's what he said out of his own mouth. So is that going to be his role this year? Because we know that J-Mo should be running deep a lot this year. That's what we've heard from Johnny Mo. So is that how Isaac Tesla is going to get on the field? What about Khalif Raymond? Well, Isaac Tesla is not really a slot receiver, right? Khalif Raymond is a slot receiver. So is he taking reps from him? Is he can you use him in the red zone? You probably will see him. You'll probably see him and Tim Patrick, because both of them are 6'4". You'll probably see both of those guys in the red zone, because why would you not do that? If you're going 4 wide in the red zone, you want to spread them out. I mean, if you can throw a corner over here to a 6'4" guy, you can throw a corner route over here to a 6'4" guy. You can throw a fade over here, a fade over there. Why not do that? Give yourself options. Open up the field, because you can't really be double teaming folks in the end zone like that. I mean, you can play a tight zone where pretty much everything is covered, but when you break that zone and then you allow other people to sneak out of the backfield, or you allow Sam Laporta to come across on a crosser from the tight end position, or you allow a slot receiver to come in and run a quick slant, right? The end zone isn't so muddy anymore, because you got those 2 big 6'4" guys that can win jump balls in there in the corner of the end zone. So you got to worry about that. So there are conversations about this. How would he get snaps? And I think Puka Nacua would have fallen into the same situation. Not so much so now with J-Mo, because J-Mo hadn't become what J-Mo has become yet. I knew the potential was there, and if y'all don't know, I am the official keeper of the J-Mo, right? So is there any more J-Mo smoke? If you're not yet on the J-Mo bandwagon and you want to get on the J-Mo bandwagon, I've got a form that you need to fill out, because I am the official keeper of the J-Mo. Am I my brother's keeper? Show enough. Shout out if you know, use the hashtag. Right? So I am the official keeper of the J-Mo. If you want smoke with J-Mo and then you don't want any more smoke, you got to come to me to unsmoke yourself. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Okay? But again, there could have been something. I don't know that he would have been who he is now. Now, here's an interesting question. Do you believe, and you can tell me your answer to this in the comments below, and you can comment on anything else I've said in this video. I appreciate you doing so. Do you believe that do you believe that had the Detroit Lions drafted Puka Nacua, Okay, and we're not saying, oh, instead of Broderick Martin, I know we don't like the Broderick Martin pick. Broderick Martin was a 3rd-round pick. Puka Nacua got drafted in the 5th round. We drafted Colby Sorsdahl over Puka Nacua, not Broderick Martin. Okay, because Colby Sorsdahl was our 5th-round pick, not Broderick Martin. Okay, do you believe that had the Detroit Lions, and I'm upset about that because Colby Sorsdahl is the bane of my existence, right? He won't be playing this year at all. He's on season-ending IR. You hate to see an injury, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Do you believe that the Detroit Lions would have won the NFC Championship game had that been Puka Nacua out there instead of Josh Reynolds? That is the question that I have for you guys, and I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section. Make sure you drop them in there. When I reply to a comment, I will be signing my name so you know who it is, because it could be me, it could be Derek, it could be any of the other people that we have on the channel. So yes, I will be signing my name as MCDP313. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter or X, if you want to call it, that's the same thing, at MCDP313. Also, 2 entrants for the Isaac Tesla nickname, SpaceX and White Boy Rick. SpaceX and White Boy Rick. Obviously, SpaceX, we are leaning on the Tesla situation. White Boy Rick, if you don't know, get familiar with White Boy Rick. If you really truly don't know who White Boy Rick is, just do a Google search and you'll figure it out. Talk about snow. It is what it is. All right. So once again, the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. We came to give you stats, not none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. Get in that comment section, and we will see you soon. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.